Using our feminine energy in our work. This is part two. Last week I spoke about the first major pillar in using our feminine energy or our feminine superpowers in our business, in our work, because, like I mentioned before, it allows us to be performing under our feminine energy. And today I'm going to talk about the second of our feminine superpowers, which we can allow to take part in our work. But it's more like it helps us build strong foundations no matter what kind of work we do. And this second pillar of our feminine qualities of our feminine energy, you can call them, or our feminine superpowers, is emotional resilience. So culture tells us if you want to succeed in your work, you have to do things the masculine way, especially in your work. In the corporate world, things are set up the way that the masculine energy has thrived in the corporate world. And so by default, if we want to succeed, we have to do things the masculine way. This is what the culture tells us. And when it comes to our emotions as women, we are told it's a bad thing to be emotional. We're told that our emotions make us maybe weak, or they interfere with our performance. But for a powerful feminine, her emotions is the source of richness within her. She realizes that her emotions play a big part in everything that she does. But because she builds her emotional resilience, she takes her power back from her emotional chaos, and she uses her emotions to better serve others. And so she is not under the mercy of her emotions. She's not under the mercy of her emotional chaos. She does not allow her emotional chaos to dictate how she shows up in her work. And again, having high emotional resilience does not mean that you don't experience any type of negative emotion. It's about you taking your power back from these emotions and intelligently managing these emotions. So if you want to learn how you can do that, you can join my Facebook group, Women Reclaiming Feminine Power, where I have done a master class last week about how to intelligently manage your negative emotions and build your emotional resilience. And so from that place, from having that high emotional resilience, our emotions are no longer something we feel guilty or shameful about. Our emotions are a part within us that we honor, that we see as a source of richness, that we can use to better love, to better support, love, and care for others and really serve them. And because we know that human beings are emotional beings, it's not just something related to women. We are all emotional beings, and part of our success depends on our ability to intelligently manage our emotions, to effectively regulate our emotions. And this is what emotional resilience is going to help us do, because it's really about first understanding these emotions, connecting with these emotions, understanding what message they have for us. Because a powerful feminine truly believes that every emotion has a message for her, and she has that inner strength and power that allows her to be receptive of that message. And so when we start building our emotional resilience, we are taking our power back. We are not really under the mercy of our emotions. And because we know that whenever we experience any type of negative emotion, the chemicals released in our bloodstream cause certain parts of the brain to stop functioning for some time. And namely those parts that are responsible for critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. And these are the superpowers that we need in our work, right? And so we cannot afford to hinder these capabilities. We need them. And so when we build our emotional resilience, we give the brain a boost. We kind of allow the brain to break free from the negative effect of that negative emotion. And so we are able to maintain focus and clarity amid stress. We are able to practice tools that allow us to remain in a state of balance and ease. And this is going to help us navigate some of the critical moments in our work or in our business. And so having high emotional resilience really depends on multiple factors. It's not just something that it's not like a tool that we practice whenever we're feeling down, whenever we're feeling maybe angry or whatever sort kind of negative emotion. Emotional resilience is something that we build with so many factors that play into that. And this is what I talk about in my masterclass inside my Facebook group, Women Reclaiming Feminine Power. I discussed how to tackle the root causes of our negative emotions. Where are they based at? And how to allow ourselves to break free from that. And also, I discussed, I shared some practical tools and techniques that is going to allow you to bring yourself out of stress mode into a more balanced state, into a more coherent state, and into a state of ease where you are able to think clearly and take effective decisions even when you are under stress. And so this is also going to help you to make the most out of your healing journey, because we all know that the experiences that we go through are there to teach us a lesson. And so for us to be able to extract that wisdom or that lesson from that experience, we need to allow the brain to just break free from the grip of our negative emotions, because we cannot reach that wisdom, we cannot obtain that wisdom if this is just stuck in its own drama. And so this is where the role of emotional resilience comes to play, because it allows us to, like I said, maintain our balance, to maintain our state of ease, our state of coherence, even when we are the negative event. And this is why our emotional resilience becomes truly a superpower, because it empowers us to start looking at our emotions in a totally different way, to start looking at our healing journey in a totally different way, and to allow ourselves to no longer be under the mercy of our emotions, so that whenever we are experiencing any type of negative emotion, I'm not allowing this to affect the way that I show up in my business, in my work, and for the people that I serve. And one example I can give you of that I have personally experienced, and a lot of my clients as well, they can say that once you start building your emotional resilience over a period of time, even when you are faced with a challenge, what happens is that number one, you don't get triggered as much. Your reaction to a negative event is not as severe or as intense as when you have low emotional resilience. Number two, you're able to bounce back to your normal state or even better than that in a short period of time. And whenever you are within that event, you don't get to that place where you are at that bottomless pit of negative emotions. The emotion is no longer that intensified. You don't get lost in that negative emotion, and so it kind of lessens the intensity of that emotions, and hence it lessens its negative effect on you. And so you can still be able to show up for the people that you serve, to show up for your business, to show up in a more balanced state, even in your relationships. So to learn more about these techniques, I invite you to join my Facebook group and watch this free masterclass that I offered last week. It's still in there inside the group. And like I said, I shared lots of science-based tools and techniques that I teach my clients on how to build their emotional resilience in a sustainable way. Because like I said, it's not something that you use just right at the negative event. This is something that you build using, lots of variables take part into that process. And if you want to learn more about my coaching program and more about these techniques that help you build your emotional resilience, and also the feminine energy techniques that allow you to connect to your feminine essence and to allow that essence to express, I invite you to connect with me. You can send me a DM, or you can head over to the link in my bio, and you can where you can find my scheduler, and you can book your free strategy session. Also, you can turn on the notifications for my posts, because I will keep on sharing more of how to use your feminine superpowers in your business, in your work. I will talk about many other qualities of your feminine energy and how they manifest in your work, how you can make the most out of these qualities, or like I like to call them, your superpowers. So thank you to everyone who joined me, and whoever is going to watch this recorded version of this live. Also thank you, and I will see you in the next live.